Close your eyes for a second. Imagine a car passing by. Smooth, powerful, elegant. There's a logo on the front. Simple, circular, blue and white. You've seen it everywhere. But here's something most people don't know. This brand wasn't born to build cars. It was born in the middle of war. And at one point, it was so close to disappearing forever that another company almost took over its entire future. A decision made in just a few minutes saved it. And today, it stands as one of the most powerful automotive brands in the world. This is not just the story of a company. This is the story of survival, risk, and the people who refused to let it die. This is the story of BMW. To understand this story, you have to go back much further. Before luxury cars, before speed, before the iconic logo meant anything, BMW wasn't even a car company. It started in 1916, in Germany, building aircraft engines. At that time, Europe was in the middle of war, and companies like BMW were focused on engineering machines that could perform under extreme conditions. Power, precision, reliability. That was the identity. But after World War I ended, everything collapsed overnight. Germany was restricted from building aircraft engines. For BMW, it was like losing its entire purpose. The company had to start again, from scratch. They began making small industrial products, then motorcycles, slowly trying to survive. Years later, they entered the car market, but success didn't come easily. BMW wasn't dominant. It wasn't even stable. Then came World War II, and once again, the company was pulled back into aircraft engine production. And once again, when the war ended, everything fell apart. Factories destroyed. Production stopped. Money gone. BMW was not a strong brand at this point. It was a struggling company, trying to stay alive. By the early 1950s, the situation had become serious. They tried building luxury cars, but they were too expensive, and people weren't buying. They tried small cars, but competition was too strong. Losses kept increasing. And slowly, BMW reached a point where survival was no longer guaranteed. That's when a painful decision came on the table. Sell the company. And the buyer was ready. Daimler-Benz, a giant, a company that could easily absorb BMW. For many people, this felt like the only option left. But not everyone agreed. But here's where the story changes. Because while most people had given up, one man saw something different. Herbert Quandt. He came from a strong industrial family, but more importantly, he understood struggle. And when he looked at BMW, he didn't see a failing company. He saw potential. In 1959, when the deal to sell BMW was almost done, Quandt stepped in. He took a huge risk. He invested more money, increased his control, and stopped the sale. Now think about that moment. Everyone else was walking away, and he decided to go all in. That decision saved BMW. But saving it wasn't enough. It needed a new identity. So BMW changed its direction. Instead of trying to compete with everyone, it focused on something very specific: driving experience. Cars that felt different. Cars that people enjoyed driving. In the 1960s, BMW introduced a new generation of cars. Sporty, stylish, and built with purpose. People started noticing. And slowly, BMW started rising again. Not as the biggest, but as something unique. And over time, that identity turned into a global brand.